Hello, this is Darren DePaul, the voice of Emperor Valkorion, and you're watching another video by Vulkk.
Greetings, I'm Vulkk. It's Monday. Unlikely what I usually do. Today is Monday. Why I'm doing the Weekly Roundup show on Monday? Because I wanted for celebration to end and have the full coverage available for you guys with the most important highlights. Yep, for the past week and probably for many weeks to come, some of the things that we've learned in this year's 2017 Star Wars celebration will be the main topic for discussion all over the place. Let's begin with this Star Wars Celebration Orlando 2017 full coverage. This is my collective thread where I've put together absolutely everything in terms of video materials and some highlighted articles from myself and from the official Star Wars website. You've got everything sorted here by days with full stream archives and some highlights. And of course, my own videos were appropriate. For example, this one, we are going to take a look in a moment into my highlighted videos. Let's begin with the Last Jedi official teaser. The Last Jedi panel was on the second day. The second day of Star Wars Celebration opened up with this panel, and Rian Johnson just completely blew up the whole room there, the whole hall, with first a teaser poster. That reaction was absolutely precious. And then he showed the trailer, of course. We have a trailer. It's a first official teaser trailer for Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. It shows a lot, while at the same time tells us almost nothing. We still don't know if the Last Jedi is Luke or Rey or both of them. How many are there? Is it the whole order? Is Luke going gray? Luke's definitely not going dark, I think. You will be able to find all of these discussions. This, of course, is the trailer here, and below is my analysis. The trailer is about 2 minutes and 10-12 seconds, and this analysis video that I've done is about 18 minutes long. I've taken over 20 screenshots with the most interesting moments and scenes from the trailer and dissected them with absolutely everything I could find about them, with personal thoughts and observations, as well as information what was provided all over the internet in the first hours after the release of the trailer. How many times have you seen the Last Jedi teaser trailer so far? I think my score is about 12, which is probably small. By the way, the trailer in the first 24 hours was seen about 15 million times, I believe. That's a good number. Good number of Star Wars fans all over the world. The next big topic is obviously the season 4 of Star Wars Rebels, which turns out to be the last for the show. That's of course not so bad news, because even if you didn't like the show, you will definitely enjoy the ending. I think they have some special things planned, some tie-ins related to Rogue One, Episode 4, and how all things will be combined, who of the heroes will survive, who will not. I really want to see Ezra go into the dark side, but I personally don't believe that's going to happen. The trailer is decent, and Dave Filoni, the executive producer, and well, he's performing God knows how many roles amongst the animation team for Lucasfilm. He promised that they have a lot more coming for Star Wars animated production, which means that very soon after that we'll probably expect to see and hear about the next animated TV series. We've got The Forces of Destiny, which is animated shorts. I believe they're premiering in this July on YouTube. I don't know if they will be on the Disney TV channel, but I've read and I've heard during the Rebels panel that this show, this mini TV series, will premiere on YouTube this July. Correct me if I'm wrong, it might have not been in July, but I'm not too excited about those. They are just some tie-ins, some small funny episodes, short ones as well. It's still canon though, that's important. And talking about canon, oh boy, Star Wars Battlefront II is going to feature a full-fledged story, single-player story campaign. We've got the release date, which is 17th of November 2017, pretty much the same release date as the first Battlefront from 2 years ago. 3 studios are working on this game. That's Dice, Motive, and Criterion, I believe, was the third one. We know about Dice, and what I know about Motive and Criterion is that they are more or less new studios with not much of experience, or at least I think so. They do have some experience, especially Motive, I believe, but that's really not important. What's important is that the game promises so much. I've got my news recap here from the EA panel. Of course, on this article, I also have a link to the full EA Battlefront 2 panel from Star Wars Celebration, which was about 15 minutes long. They didn't officially publish it on the official Star Wars YouTube channel yet. Maybe they will throughout the coming week. But I went ahead and recorded it myself, and I've published it for you guys to catch up because I'm excited about Battlefront 2. I wasn't really a big fan of the first game, mostly because of its complete lack of single player and the way that the game was sold originally as a half-finished product with only a handful of maps and not many things being added. There is a huge discussion about Battlefront 2, and so far everybody's been saying, especially down below in the comment section under the videos that I've released these past couple of days, there won't be a season pass, and that's a very good and solid decision backed up by, I couldn't see a link or a source, but apparently one of the producers said that they don't want a season pass so they don't have to divide the player base, because when you have something big to be purchased, not everybody wants to purchase that a few months down the road, and when some people purchase it, they'll have access to the new content, some people won't, which means that the player base will be split and some folks will be able to access these new maps and content, the other folks will not be. The full trailer that we saw for Battlefront 2 was all dedicated to the story campaign. I think it's gonna be good. It will be canon. That's really important to note, and I'm absolutely excited about this story. However long or short it turns out to be, I will most likely buy the game just because of the story. I want to experience it. Some spoiler alert, if you wish. The story begins at the end of Return of the Jedi, and it will go throughout different eras as we follow the adventures of a female main character, which name I forgot. It's here somewhere in my notes, but never mind. Aiden was her name, and she's a leader of Inferno Squad. There is a book being released this July as well from Christy Golden, the author, and this book officially was announced as a standalone. Now we know that it's a prequel to Battlefront 2, and it will tell us about the early formation of Inferno Squad and the early life of this Imperial Special Unit. I'm really excited about that game. How many times did I say that already? Crap. Should be mindful. Now, in terms of Star Wars The Old Republic news, of course, this is Monday. What date is today? 17th. Tomorrow, 18th of April, marks the release, 1 week delayed release for patch 5.2. It's a working day, unfortunately, which means that I will be able to come home sometime after the patch has gone live already. I haven't scheduled a live stream yet because we don't have official information as to when the maintenance is going to happen. As soon as I know that, I will be able to schedule a video, guys, so we can all get together and enjoy the new story. Main focus for me since tomorrow, since this Tuesday, at least for, I don't know, a few days, a week, is going to be Star Wars The Old Republic. By the time you see this video, well, that video, I will have about 9 videos released from Mass Effect Andromeda and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. They're both videos that I've accumulated in the last few days. In between Celebration, I've managed to catch up with those 2 games. And I've had a lot of videos that I wanted to show you. They're mostly gameplay and highlights and cinematics and important decisions and such. So no guides or anything like that. I do have a very important guide to show you in a moment. Back on the topic of Star Wars The Old Republic 5.2, the main focus will be first on the story and then overviews and tutorial videos on what's new, what's changed. We'll begin with the most important decision of which faction you would like to support. I have a video of that, by the way. I have a video from last week also on who will be able to access the new IOCAT content. I will have first 1 or 2 live streams with playthrough the story from both perspectives, Republic and Empire, so light side and dark side. And then I'll have some overview videos to show you the new things, the new vendors, the new gearing process. The guide for gearing has been updated a long time ago for 5.2. You can already check it out. I'll also have a detailed overview of the new Galaxy map, because that's a big change that surprised, I believe, everybody. I don't have news official yet about the 5.3 and what rumors are being spread around from the cantina, because I didn't want to quote random folks from Twitter that I've managed to catch and find so far. But we do have some rumors being spread around already about the upcoming content for 5.3, new Flashpoint, new bosses and such. We can discuss that during the live stream tomorrow, if you will. And as soon as BioWare puts up something official on the website or somewhere, I'll definitely be all over that. Now, the last topic for today's video is actually my video activity from the past week. This right here is the full recording, as I've mentioned to you, about 50 minutes of Star Wars Battlefront II reveal panel from EA. This video is a much shorter version. In 7 minutes, I've managed to gather up all the most important news and announcements about the game from this panel. So depending if you have time, watch the full panel. If you don't have time, watch parts of it or watch my overview or recap video. And then we have 2 videos that I've published in the span of a couple hours about the Last Jedi trailer. I was so overwhelmed and so overexcited about the trailer that I sat down and recorded this 7.5 minute long video with my first initial thoughts about the trailer for the Last Jedi. And then a couple hours later, I took all of these screenshots from the trailer after I've seen it a few more times, and I sat down and I made a very detailed analysis of what I see on the trailer, what I think is going to happen, what scenes we see, the details on these scenes, the smallest details I could pick. I'm discussing them. And of course, I think if you're a Mass Effect Andromeda fan, you definitely don't want to miss on my Biotics build guide. This is the build that many of you guys helped me create during the playthrough, which I did in the first week after the release of the game. And I'm very proud at how this turned out. Of course, the build is aimed at insanity difficulty, but it works just fine with everything else. It is a build for the normal game, which means if you're level 30 plus, you should have no problems creating all of this and obtaining all the gear that I'm showing here. My character is level 48, 50 something. And I've shared all of my suggestions for gearing up, for primers, for detonators of the abilities, for mods, augments, and all things like that. I hope that you will find it useful. And if you're a fan of the game, definitely check it out. Give me a suggestion for what the next build guide might be, because I'm looking forward to changing. Now that I've done my Biotics guide, I'm thinking of doing maybe a tech one, maybe a more oriented about Vanguard, Sentinel profile. We'll see. Never mind. This is the end of the weekly recap. I hope that you haven't missed much of my content in the past week. Enjoy all the new videos that I've published a couple hours earlier prior to the release of this video. And starting tomorrow, for my followers and subscribers that are fan of Star Wars The Old Republic, we'll have a lot to talk about, because we have finally the first new real content for 2017 from BioWare Austin. See you guys next time. Bye bye.